remember in 3rd grade we did the social studies project. About the Egyptians. Tut tut, we are the Egyptians.
I can't believe we got to such a bad place so fast.
I feel we might have taken too long for me to feel.
When I was younger, my mother and my father were drug addicts. But like, you don't know what that is when you're a kid, you know?
Oh. Because my youngest brother has special needs, he always needed constant care and attention.
Why, Cody?
When I go to college, I just worry that he's gonna kind of just forget about me. My youngest brother is my life. It would just be devastating. But I can't help but wonder if he will remember.
Will he remember how he slept in my bed every night after Mama left, and I held him like an extra pillow?
So come against me, it's essential that you lose. I'll leave your dreams a bird. My ego is Langston Hughes.
We won last year, and I don't think we were half as good as we are now. I really don't see how we can lose.
We're gonna write today. We're gonna write from now on.
You know you ain't wrote nothing. Ain't nobody stepped up with me.
Sometimes I just look at kids and I see potential in this kid, that this kid can just do great things.
The last 3 days, I've done nothing but want to give up on these kids. And then the more and more I think about it today, I just can't, you know?
Sucker.
I'm gonna sit on the big fluffy cloud looking down at the top.
Louder Than a Bomb is the coolest place to be on the planet. I'm getting excited just thinking about it.
The point is not the point is the poetry, but it's also bigger than that. Without Louder Than a Bomb, people like myself and Adam Gottlieb would have never met. People like myself, Nate Marshall would have never met. That speaks much louder than victory. That speaks louder than respect. That speaks louder than poetry.
Writing a poem does not change the world. Learning about new people and understanding new people and really feeling inspired by people who are very different than you, I would like to say that that's changing the world. And if not, it's definitely coming much, much closer.
My name is Nova Venerable, and I'm representing Oak Park and River Forest High School. The title of my piece is Cody. My youngest brother was born with my grandfather's nose round like spools of thread, my father's eyes, and my mother's jeans. He is 12 years old now, and I watch him play Hungry Hungry Hippos. See his body jitters like a wind-up toy, and he screams like a happy crow when he asks me to play with him. He tries to learn the words to the Scooby-Doo song, repeats the phrases my mother and I say, and when I see him, I wonder, how could God know that diabetes peels 27 years off of life like dead skin? Yet he still allows my brother to have his fingers pricked every day. Why is it when I look at him, I can see every needle we've ever had to stick his arms, legs, or stomach with to keep him alive? Sometimes 5 shots a day isn't enough to fight juvenile diabetes. I think, how could God bless him with seizures and autism? Why every time we rush him to the hospital, it could be my last day watching him rewind on demand until his lips can curve to form words that aren't even his, because my mother gave him a broken X chromosome. Today, I will smile as he learns to brush his teeth for the first time or obsesses over his red pants and shirts. I will laugh as he tries to learn sign language to make up for tongue lost in Fragile X syndrome, and I will accept his fake kisses like disorders. But I can't help but wonder, can his brain still hold the times I messed up his food when he was 8 or changed his diapers at 7? Will he miss me when I am not there to run my fingers through his hair like pink oil when he wakes up from ear tube surgeries or seizures? Will he remember how he slept in my bed every night after Mama left and I held him like an extra pillow, or when my arms were his restraints when Daddy said put him in middle without seatbelt so he would be the first to die in car accidents? Can he know how he found a mother in Big Sister? For now, I will pray for him every night, that his kidneys will stop trying to fail on us, that his blood sugar won't send him into a coma. I hope that he won't grow accustomed to not pronouncing my name when I go away to college, and I pray that his seizures won't kill him before his diabetes does.
Warning. Trigger warning. There has been another mass shooting on U.S. soil. We mean trigger warning.
Warning. We've experienced blank school shootings and it's only the blank day of 2018. It's easier to leave the date blank before the next school shooting. He didn't leave blanks, he left kids dead and hurting.
Surprise. Several thoughts and prayers later, nothing has happened.
Reality. Saving gun control to a later date saves time for him to plot his next attack.
100 gunshots erupt in a South Florida high school on Valentine's Day.
But who is really counting?
More than 400 students have been victims of school shootings since 2012,
and that is just in counting. We repeat, blank school shootings have occurred in the first 90 days of 2018, but who is really counting? The media constantly questions the demeanor of the shooter.
Was he isolated?
Did he have any friends?
Did he have a troubled family? Who the hell cares? The solution to gun violence is not keeping the white male company.
But I heard that he was
an orphan,
a troubled teen,
a broken boy with no friends.
Those are all really weird ways to say domestic terrorist. Apparently, guns aren't the issue, it's the people behind the guns. But when these people are reported, law enforcement accepts the kickback and here's a blowback. As a nation, we recoil until the next round shoots our kids in the back, and now we have Kevlar inserted in our backpacks.
People say the suburb of Hinsdale is safe.
So is Parkland and Newtown and Columbine.
People from Hinsdale say cities like Chicago are dangerous.
Want to talk about gang banging, throwing up hand signs?
Disregard that the violence there is due to white ignorance and unpaid reparations. I've yet to hear about a school shooting caused by someone in an inner city gang.
Bang!
The media is constantly fascinated by people of color only when they're involved in a gang.
Bang!
For a white male to be considered a terrorist, does he need to be affiliated with somebody's gang?
Bang!
I'm a girl who used to have Yoruba running through her veins, and now I can barely utter a phrase unless it's in Valley girl speak.
I'm a black girl who relocated from the south side of Chicago because her mom wasn't too sure about the school system.
I'm a Mexican gay born in the barrio, but I've forgotten Spanish in order to remain safe.
I'm visibly Muslim and learned to act white,
but somehow we are the targets caught in the crosshairs of victim blaming.
Living in the U.S. is writing a 3-minute poem on the normalization of school shootings.
Living in the U.S. is knowing we're averaging one school shooting every 63 hours.
Living in the U.S. is being judged based on how well you can tell the audience that we've had enough of school shootings.
More and more police officers combing the halls will not protect you.
Locking your doors and blocking your ears will not protect you.
Teachers with guns instead of Shakespeare will not protect you.
4 women of color writing this poem will not protect you.
Warning. We've experienced blank school shootings, and it's only the blank day of 2018. It's still easier to leave the date blank before the next school shooting. He didn't leave blanks. He left kids dead and hurting.
Surprise. Several thoughts and prayers later, nothing has happened.
Reality, several thoughts and prayers later, nothing has happened.
Ash Wednesday is meant to be a day of peace. Valentine's Day is meant to be a day of love. Now we see those we love in pieces, now those in pieces are turned to ash. This is a trigger warning. Warning, warning, warning.
When you hold me and kiss me slowly, it's the sweetest thing, and it don't change if I had it my way.
Hi, my name is Kai Foster. I'm a senior from Hinsdale Central's poetry team.
It's my right!
And this poem is entitled A Black Girl's Guide to Self-Love. Part 1, getting started, 2008. Black girl meets black father for the first time in a dimly lit Dixie kitchen within the back corners of a Hyde Park complex. She plays with her food as he plays with thoughts of possible absences. She thinks to have been searching for his daughter for 8 years. He is quite composed. He asks what she's into. She says painting, but thinks to herself consistency. Black girl has never truly experienced consistency. Urban Dictionary, what is consistency? The answer comes in 2014. Black girl visits Hyde Park after being uprooted to lifeless suburb. Dixie kitchen is no longer present, and neither is her father. All that's left is a gentrified area. Black girl's body speaks gentrified area. Her aims become our knots, and kitty cuts braids become 4C boycotts. She's become a tourist in her own city, told she is not from Chicago yet. She can never possibly claim the suburbs. Only a black girl could exist everywhere, but nowhere simultaneously. Part 2, affirmations. Black girl's past lover haunts her in her sleep, sending chills down her spine at night, leaving her wondering what she could have done to make him stay, though he already knew of his departure before he even knew of her name. Just like black girl's black father when she met for the first time in a dimly lit Dixie kitchen within the back corners of a Hyde Park complex. Black girl determines that if she could possibly bend the rules of time and live in her own created kindness, she'd understand that her existence is not validated by anyone else's presence. Yet she occupies her time talking to teenage boys that never meet standards or exceed expectations. Black girl's skin has a weird habit of breaking out during these periods, falling asleep in a day's makeup with each FaceTime call, trying to fabricate a more favorable facade. She's never quite adjusted to the feeling of being alone, and determines that if she could possibly bend the rules of time and live in her own created context, she'd understand that desirability does not equate to value. Issues not otherwise might exist without the approval of others. Black boy fails in his romantic advances and black girl says sorry. White boy cuts in line even though black girl was there first and black girl says sorry. White girl pushes past on crowded city sidewalk and black girl says sorry, and determines that if she could possibly bend the rules of time and live in her own created context, she'd understand that it's impossible to live unapologetically if she keeps apologizing. Yet her mother's new husband shoves black boy struggle down her throat, clogs her arteries with school to prison pipeline dissertations, and blocks her airways with everything black men experience, which black women can never. Decides her oppression is non-existent. Black girl feels non-existent and determines that if she could possibly bend the rules of time and live in her own created context, she'd understand that black males still have no privilege. That mass incarceration is not the only way to keep the black body in bondage, and yet she still questions her being. Takes up all her energy and exhausts herself because existing as a black girl is writing a black girl's guide to self-love with no definite success. Realizing self-love isn't all that it's made up to be. It may be face masks and bath bombs for a white girl she shares space with on a daily basis, but for black girls it can be much more abstract. Something less concrete. Something that takes more than 3 minutes to ascertain.
If you love me, won't you? If you love me, won't you say something? If you love me, won't you?
13. Or how OkCupid told my mother I had the devil living inside of me. The first said, "You must be a man as much as you want it." Then offered a glass of water, which is to say, "Have I not baptized you enough?" The second will know nothing of your face, but of how low your head can bow, how open your mouth can crucify. The third is Lazarus, speaks only of what he can see, There is no God in that. The fourth, an accent. Eyes the shade of Eden. Need I remind you how that chapter ends? The fifth is blonde-haired whiskey. Hands like Goliath will toss you because he does not believe in your Christ, but you are still pretty for a black girl. The sixth, a dancer. Will know he is the age of Jesus at the cross, but will still make a resurrection out of you. The seventh will kiss you only after he's allowed his righteous work to rest on your face and your chest. The eighth is the driest valley of lonely your bones has ever laid with. The ninth is Lower East Side bar shot. The reason you do not go home what has no welcome mats. The 10th will ask if you are clean. The 11th will unlearn your scripture leg by leg, lip by lip. The 12th is a rooftop, and Brooklyn is a bypassing thunderstorm, and Brooklyn is a hand job, and Brooklyn. The 13th is rusty fence boy, is trap door, is the one who will tell you you do not love yourself. 13 is the number of men you've allowed to wound your human with their horns. It is fornication disguised as forgiveness, which means you swallowed 13 men in 2 months when you mistook night for lonely, but it is all blasphemy. It is all reason to forget your mother gave birth to you under sun and sin, so your throat is just a canal, just an arc, your skin so animal. It is a lust fist. It is the daughter of Delilah. You are and have always been. 13 is one more disciple you've allowed to Holy Bible spread you. None of them black. They will want to read you and convince their bodies it walks on water, but it is all blasphemy. It is one more who has ransacked your gospel before reading it, making you another. This is the first time I've slept with a black girl. Miracle.
Tonya Ingram, New Eurekan, Poets Cafe.